Requesting the players to please proceed to your respective benches for the introductory call-outs. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The games continue here at the Perpetual Gym 2 for the continuation of the National Student Athletes Championship College Basketball Campus Tour 2026. This is the main game of our Saturday quadruple header between the Letran Knights against your Perpetual Altas. Now it's time to meet the players from both teams. First, for the Letran Knights, number 3, Lourdes Gamad. Number 5, Denzel Walker. Number 7, Nat Montesilio. Number 9, Justin Cargo. Number 10, Alvin Villanueva. Number 12, Luis Tapaño. Number 13, Jonathan Manalili. Number 14, Aaron Bonsalida. Number 15, Cyrex Silorio. Number 16, Lance Shena. Number 17, Daryl Valdevilla. Number 18, Rans Muyela. Number 24, George Diamante. Number 27, Justin Hugo. Number 44, Gab Napasena. And number 45, J.B. Lim. And it's now time to meet your players for the Perpetual Altas. Number 0, Allen Maglupay. Number 5, Dam de Guzman. Number 8, L.A. Casinillo. Number 9, Sean Orgo. Number 9, Jim Corpus. Number 10, Aris Borja. Number 11, Kurt Velasquez. Number 13, Inigo Montemayor. Number 15, J.M. Tulabot. Number 19, Mark Goho Cruz. Number 20, Eman Pizarro. Number 25, Jello Gelsano. And number 30, Kenji Durandes. May we request the players to please meet at center court for the traditional handshake.
Coming to you live here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. We have a full slate of games here again at the UPHD Gymnasium for the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour But here, we're here for the main event of the afternoon. It's the Perpetual Altas in their home court, looking to defend their home court against the Letran Knights. But before that, let's look at the result of the previous game. We have the San Beda Red Lions advancing to the quarterfinals of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour, triumphing over the LPU Pirates 67-61. We also have the game at hand. As mentioned, we have the Letran Knights versus the Perpetual Altas here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. So thank you everyone for watching us here on various platforms. I'm Diego Vergel de Jos, your anchor for this afternoon's tilt. It's going to be a fun-filled affair for all collegiate basketball fans. It's already the 4th weekend of this tournament, and now we're already in the round of 16 stage, so it's already do-or-die stage for all schools, and it's going to be a fun and exciting, fun-filled matchup. And here we have the team standings. Looking at these two schools, we have Perpetual 1 and 2 standing in Group B, and in the crossover round of 16 format, we do have the Letran Knights at 2 and 1 in Group C. That's why they're both facing each other in this contest. So it's a do or die. So whoever wins in this matchup will play San Beda, who advanced already with a 4-0 mark. You can see in the tournament bracket, it's Letran and Perpetual as the 2nd seed in their group and 3rd seed in their group respectively. That's the reason why they are matching up here in the round of 16. And we do have San Beda advancing. Also, in the other bracket, we have FEU and Ateneo advancing on their side as well. First to discuss here, we have the Letran Knights. They are one of the top teams here in this tournament, averaging 87.4 points per game, 21.1 from 3 points, which is actually not one of the best here in the tournament, but their field goal percentage is excellent. And I would say even their assists at 19.3 and their steals at 12.7. That's something you'll need to watch out for the collegiate basketball fans, with Letran, their selfless play, and them pushing the rock and forcing turnovers. For their top player for the Letran Knights, we have Titing Manalili, Mr. Assist Man, 13.7 points per game. Very efficient, 77.3 field goals, 66.7 from 3, contributing 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1.3 steals as well. So you can see him contribute on various facets for this afternoon's contest. Meanwhile, for the home court, the Perpetual Altas, you can see they're looking to get win number 2 here in the National Student Athlete Championship Tour. Their team is actually the 2nd best in 3-point shooting, averaging 35.4 3-point percentage. And they're really 5th in steals as well. So Perpetual and Letran will have a ton of steals for this game today. For their main gunner, we have Mark Goho Cruz, playing only 2nd outing in the NSAC tournament, but he contributed 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on 63.6 field goal in that lone game against San Sebastian, which turned out to be the victory for the Altas. Now we'll go to the game announcer for the starting lineup for both schools. Starters here first for the Knights, we have Manalili, Gamad, Buenzalida, Walker, and Hugo. So first unit remains the same for Coach Alan Ricardo compared to their previous game against the Arellano Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Perpetual Altas, some adjustments. We have Casinillo starting, Goho Cruz, Tulabut, Maglupay, and Pizarro. So Perpetual looking to bounce back from their loss against the National University Bulldogs. So they do change their first unit a bit compared to their previous outing, wherein they started various individuals and they look to get a win here in their home court. Tip off here in a few seconds. You have Letran versus Perpetual. 4th game of a 4-game slate here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. Perpetual gains first possession. Maglupay pops. Swings it to Tolabut, who attempts a long three. No good. Quick rebound there for the Knights. Walker initiates the offense for Letran. Swings it in the corner. Quick open three for Gamad. And that's a 3-0 lead for the Knights early on. Talking to Coach Alan Ricardo, he did mention that here in the past couple of months, three-point shooting has been a point of improvement for their squad. And right on the money in the first possession, Chad Gamad baked his first triple. Overtook that shot was Pizarro, and they commit a turnover. The Knights push it right away, but Gamad rejected this time on the right corner. 9:01 left in the opening quarter. The Knights retain possession. Perfect dish off there for the Knights, leading to that three for Gamad. They were prepared for the second one. So it was not yet a successful stop, but a miss there by Gamad. Another attempt for Gamad, and another money ball for Chad Gamad. 6-0 lead early on for the Knights. Casinillo on the right corner. Tons of ball movement here in the offense of Perpetual. That's an easy basket for Alan Maglipay. Lead is down to 4 for the Knights. Manalili calling the shots now for the Knights, leading to a Walker triple. And that's 3 successive long-range bombs for Letran. Early 9-2 edge for their school. It's a turnover there for the Altas in that sequence. Another terrific stop for Letran. Forces a ton of turnovers as Walker nailed that long-range bomb. Already the third for Letran. 2 minutes have passed here in the first quarter. Manalili threw the ball away. Here the maroon jerseys. That's an easy basket for Mark Goho Cruz. First 2 points for him. Second leading scorer for Perpetual in the NCAA season previously. Now with a graduating Patrick Sleet, they're expecting Goho Cruz to be the main cog as he commits the personal. It's a pushing foul on him. First personal, first team foul for Mark Goho Cruz. Manalili. Another pass to Gamad. Hit that back of the iron on that shot. Knights orchestrating. Now it's the Altas trying to orchestrate the offense. And another turnover for the Altas. That was Casinillo who committed the miscue that instance. Now the white shirts trying to slow things down, which is ironic for Letran, usually wanting to create turnovers and push the pace. But Walker, another long-range attempt is no good. Rebound by Hugo. Short stab missed for Justin. Now it's Casinillo, pull up, long on that midi. Maglupay misses again. Another off rebound for Perpetual. 8 to go in the shot clock for them. Casinillo stops on a dime. Jumper, no good for LA. Now it's Walker. Walker, one guy to beat. Sidestep, beauty for 2 for Denzel Walker. 11-4 edge now for Letran. Swipe by Walker there, but ball stays with Perpetual with 6:21 left here in the opening quarter. Talking about transition and fast break opportunities, Letran just converted right there with a Denzel Walker made layup. Goho Cruz, kickball violation on the Knights. Shot clock reset to 14. That's with Tolabut. Looking for the low post to Pizarro, and it's fouled by Hugo or Walker. see who the ref. They give it to Walker. First personal on Walker. Six and 14 left here in the first. First team foul there for the Knights on that Denzel Walker push. They look for Goho Cruz with 11 to go. One-on-one against Manalili. Swings it. A triple attempt for Tolabut is no good. Offensive rebound for the Altas. Goho Cruz with another basket to cut the lead to 5. Manalili pitch ahead pass to Walker. That's a deuce to answer right back. 13-6 lead for Letran. Perpetual safely crosses it past the backcourt line. Here's Casinillo. Gives it to Pizarro. Now they go to the left wing with 8 to go in the shot clock. That's a deflection there by Buensalida on the pass. Ball stays with Perpetual with 5 and 30 left here in this quarter. We have Sean Orgo coming in for Coach Olsen Racela. 4 seconds in the shot clock here for Perpetual. Triggering the passes, Maglupay. Finds the opening. It's a basket. Is in for Mark Goho Cruz. Another basket. 6 points already for Mark Goho Cruz. The turnover was committed by the Knights on that following sequence. Tolabut at the right wing. A lot of ball movement here for Perpetual in this sequence. They swing it. It's a turnover on that one. Now it's Gamad, 1-on-3. Decides to pull up another 3 off to the right. Now Perpetual has the numbers for the semi-transition attack. Goho Cruz couldn't get that layup to fall, but he's heading to the charity stripe for 2 freebies. Second team foul on Letran and that foul. As mentioned, Mark Goho Cruz did not play in their last 2 games. Had a back strain according to Coach Olsen Racela, but he's healthy for this knockout match against Letran. He's already up to 7 markers. They'll need more points from him. As you can see, they're still down despite his contributions. And I would say because Perpetual has 6 graduating players from their previous roster. Some names who you guys might know are like Patrick Sleet, John Abis. Some of those players are already heading to the pros. So I will need more from the youngsters. And Mark Goho Cruz will be the leader of that group. He heads to the bench after making those 2 free throws. It's too much pressure there by Inigo Montemayor. So Manalili drew the personal. First personal on Montemayor. For Perpetual, they are missing Thompson today. Justin Kyle Thompson is not going to play. It's another basket. Another basket for Manalili. Talking about the Altas, they don't have Thompson today. And they still don't have JD Pagulayan. Still suffering an injury. Meanwhile, for Letran, they don't have Jimboy Estrada and Kevin Santos. Estrada has fever. Meanwhile, Santos has chickenpox. So some key cogs missing for both programs. Tolabut midi misses. Offensive rebound again for Perpetual. Gaining some major opportunities for their squad. They can't find an opening on this sequence though with 3 to go in the shot clock for Montemayor. Forces it up and a foul was committed by Buensalida. I believe the foul was committed before the shot clock violation. So Perpetual will be rewarded with 2 freebies from the 15-foot stripe. 2 shots here for Montemayor. Makes the first for Inigo Montemayor. Getting a unique chance here is the guard here of Perpetual. Did not play last game, but here already with two points. Trying to put a ton of pressure here on the backcourt of Letran. Now with Perpetual cutting the lead to 3 at the 3:52 mark. They keep in step here with a run and gun approach of Letran. Montecillo approaches and is denied. Now he gets it on his second chance. Safely crossing it and orchestrating the table for Letran. Siena swings it. Now it's with Montecillo with 8 to go in the shot clock. 1-on-1. Decides to pass it last second. Turnover for the Knights. Altas on transition. Careless pass led to a miscue there for the Altas. Now it's a layup. It's a miss there for Cargo, but 2 free throws for Justin Cargo. They give it to Aris Borja, first personal for Aris Borja. 13 foul for the Altas. Justin Cargo was the best player of the game for Letran. Yes, last game, coming off the bench as well with 18 points. 8 out of 8 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists for Justin Cargo. Also for Justin Cargo, he was the 16th best player in the NBTC. Coming off the Letran program, Letran Squires program in the high school division. He's elevated here to the seniors basketball division, and you can see he's really an efficient player, really a brilliant player here for Coach Alan Ricardo. Perpetual still retains possession after that deflected pass. Coming in here is George Diamante, who did not see action for Coach Allen in their last game. Getting some run now here in this knockout contest. Extra pass, Montemayor, that's a basket for Jello Gelsano. 17-14 lead for Letran. Approaching the 3-minute mark in the opening frame. 3 attempt there for the Knights. Air ball there by Montecillo. Here the Altas in transition. Overcooked that layup though. Montecillo looks ahead. Can't see an open man. They slow it down a bit. A 3 attempt is good for George Diamante. 20-14 lead now for the Knights. Referees blow the whistle after that made basket. It's a foul, personal foul on Cargo after the made basket. So the ball goes straight to Perpetual. It's already the 14th foul on the Knights for this quarter. Man-to-man full court press for Coach Alan Ricardo. It's his patented defensive approach. Borja swinging it. 3 attempt misfire there for Gelsano. And a loose ball foul for the Altas on that hustle. They call it on Durendes. 4th team foul for Kemji Durendes. Diamante looking for a DHO in this action. They swing it to Montecillo. Give and go to Diamante. Now it's back to Siena, who misfired that triple attempt. Successful stop for Perpetual. It's a foul committed by Diamante, the defensive end. Penalty situation for the Knights. Two shots here coming up for Inigo Montemayor. Making the first there was Montemayor. Despite being the lower seed in their group, you could see the Perpetual Altas keeping in step despite Letran outscoring them by 12. The three-point department, you could see that it's really impressive as we look on Vice President for Sports and Athletics, Boss Anton Tamayo of UPHSD, watching this game here in their home court. Here the Knights, selfless pass. Missing that layup though was Nepasena. Montecillo swings it around. That's a triple attempt. Front irons it. Here the Altas. Perimeter passing. The top of the key leading to a low post. Miss. It's a miss though for Borja. Excellent execution on their offensive set for the Altas. Nepasena throws it up and in for Gabriel Nepasena. 22-16 lead for Letran. Here's Helsano. Blitz of the pick and roll was Corpus, but he found Helsano on that roll. That's going to be 2 free throws for Jello. Nepasena commits the personal for Letran. So 2 free throws coming up for Helsano. Helsano got 22 minutes and 51 seconds in their last outing against NU, contributing 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, 1 steal. So one of the reliable individuals of Coach Olsen Rasela, playing the forward big man position. He'll need to prevent guys like Buensalida, guys like Hugo from getting into their rhythm in today's match. Full court pressure for Perpetual. They force a deflection and shave 4 seconds off the shot clock. Letran still has the ball, 57.1 seconds left in the opening frame. Montecillo approaches. Orchestrating the offense now for the Knights. They swing at another triple attempt. No good there for Siena. They get another crack at it. They swing it out with Montecillo. Back to Cargo, uncorks a triple. Short on that attempt. Another offensive rebound. Missing there was Lanciana. Perpetual has another successful stop. They go right away, but the Remdes rushed it a bit and committed a miscue. So the Knights gain possession with 23.1 seconds left. Run and gun affair so far in the opening period. No timeouts from both schools. A lot of substitutions to make sure that everyone has fresh legs here in the last game of the NSAC College Campus Tour. Montecillo with the last shot time here for Letran. He triggers the offense, swinging it to Siena all day. Short again for Lance. Perpetual still has a chance. Open there was Velasquez. First attempt was no good for Kurt. As we head to the end of the first quarter, the Letran Knights are ahead 22-18. We'll be back after this. Back here looking at some key highlights in the first quarter of play. The long-range bombs there by Chad Gamad was integral to building the lead. Allen Maglupay looking to quiet down the spurt there by the Knights. We see Denzel Walker expanding his repertoire and making those long-range bombs. A basket there by Goho Cruz, the returning Mark Goho Cruz. George Diamante making another shot from behind the arc. As we cap off that first quarter and resume action here in the second period of play. As they call an offensive foul right away on Letran on that possession. So Perpetual regains it at the 9:50 mark here in the second quarter. Corpus approaches Velasquez on the DHO to trigger the offense. Now, he lost the handle. There was Corpus. 7 to go in the shot clock. They swing it to Velasquez all day for threes. Kurt Velasquez. Montecillo looking for a friend. Celorio misses the triple attempt. Another foul committed by Letran. Second team foul already for their school. Montecillo is whistled for the personal as Hugo is back in for Coach Alan Ricardo. Another foul whistled on the Knights. Cargo commits it this time. Second personal, third team foul on Letran. Velasquez tasked to call the point guard duties here for Perpetual. Gives it up to Borja, the top. Give and go there, but Velasquez overcooked the layup. Misfiring there was Siena, but he drew a personal foul there on an Altas player. Who do they give it to? They give it to Jericho Cristino in that one. Siena is heading to the 15-foot stripe. I would say Siena played outstanding basketball in their previous game against the Arellano Chiefs, getting a ton of run here in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Siena had 15 points and 4 out of 10 shooting from the field, 2 threes as well, 1 rebound and 2 assists for the forward, Coach Alan Ricardo. Cristino swings it to Corpus. Step back for Corpus. Overcooked it. Offensive rebound. Velasquez. And it's Goku Cruz, correct myself, misses. Siena. Siena with a sidestep, blocked at the apex there. Now the Altas pushing the rock. Couldn't handle the pass there was Goku Cruz. Now it's going to the Knight side of the Kings at the 8:14 mark here in the second quarter. They're still up by 3. Montecillo, second string point guard here of the Knights. Impressive so far as a stabilizer of their squad. Siena swings it to Montecillo. Celorio with 5 to go. Teardrop trickles in for Cyrex Celorio. Goku Cruz gives it back to their point guard first. Now they want Corpus. They go fake DHO on this action. Cristino, where will he go with 6 to go in the shot clock? Now it's Velasquez who nails that midi to cut the lead to 1 possession for the Altas. Nine to go in the shot clock for Letran. They swing it. jumper there is good for Daryl Valdevilla. First action for him. It's a bit of extra color developing here between Hugo and Pizarro. Referees trying to mitigate any extracurricular activity as the ball remains with Perpetual, the half-court line inbound. Down by 5 are the Altas after that made basket by Letran. The previous two-pointer was made by Daryl Valdevilla, who's playing his first outing here for Letran. So Coach Allen really giving run for the majority of his players in his pool. Three-point attempt, missing there was Cristino. Here's Montecillo. Montecillo against Velasquez, eye to eye. In this sequence, they swing it to Celorio. Celorio, classic one-handed shot, no good. Celorio again, still no good. Perpetual corrals the board on that instance, courtesy of Cristino. Here's Goku Cruz, telling his teammates to go nearer. 10 to go in the shot clock, and a lapse there on the side of Perpetual. Turnover for Cristino. We have Velasquez heading to the bench. Coming in now is Maglupay, and we have Manalili back in for Letran. .609 left here before the half. The Knights have been spectacular from three-point range, converting already 4 compared to 1 for the Altas. And also in their fast break opportunities, 12-6 advantage for Letran. Valdevilla swings it to Celorio. Now a 3 attempt, missing there for Letran's Gamad. Casinillo looking at the left. The Altas orchestrating their offense as Cristino goes one-on-one and misses. Rebound for Pizarro. Back to Goku Cruz. Stifled by Manalili. Manalili with an intelligent play deflected it off Cristino, and ball heads to the white shirts of Letran at the 5:28 mark here in the second period. Manalili orchestrating the table now for the Knights. Spain pick and roll on the left side. Manalili, I thought methodical approach for him. Step back jumper. All air but not the good kind. Here the Altas trying to trickle the lead, and they do, courtesy of Jericho Cristino. 28-25 lead for the Knights. Manalili swings it, another Rainbow Country attempt missing there for Celorio. Casinillo looking ahead and can't seem to find an opening. They reset their attack. Pizarro gives it to Goku Cruz, who pulls up and puts that baby home to knot it at 28 here in the second quarter. Manalili versus Casinillo, as Casinillo with the initial assignment of guarding Titing here, and he drew a personal on Casinillo. First personal on Casinillo, and that's the second team foul on the Altas. So far for the Knights, warning whistle there on the Knights coaching staff. Coach Chris Reyes from Letran. Too much complaining on that sequence, I believe. So the referees gave him a warning. Goku Cruz, clear lane. Walker chases, but Goku Cruz converts the transition bucket. Already up to 13 markers is Goku Cruz. But Letran looking to answer right away. They're heading to the 15-foot stripe here, as a foul was committed there by Goku Cruz. We have Manalili at the free throw line. Last outing against the Chiefs, Manalili was outstanding. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals in just 21 minutes of play. Coach Alan Ricardo mentioned to me that for Manalili, he's really been a very team player. There was even a previous game in another tournament wherein Nathan Montesilio closed out the game against the Adamson Soaring Falcons, and Manalili really did not complain, and he was really understood the coaches, them really wanting to give run and more playing time to other individuals, and that's what Manalili showcases as a leader, even just as a young player here in the seniors division. You could see those kinds of traits are what you'd want to see from your point guard. The free throw line here is Jello Gelsano from the Altas. Didn't really get a ton of minutes for the Altas in the NCAA season. But Coach Olsen also, he mentioned that he'll need more individuals playing consistently for longer minutes. They're not used to it yet as Gelsano, averaging 6 minutes per game last season. You can see now he's playing easily 15, 20, 25 minutes. So they'll need an all-around effort from Jello. That's another foul committed there by the Altas. That's an aggressive drive to the rim. There for Manalili. It's Pizarro. Was called for the personal, second personal on him, and 4th team foul on Perpetual. As Hugo checks out, Diamantes back in for the Knights. Borja's heading back in as well for Coach Olsen. Manalili can't get the first free throw to go. For the viewers, Titing Manalili started basketball at 3 years old because of his father, who was into basketball as well. Played in a league called the PABL with guys like Jojo Lastimosa and Elmer Cabahug. And you could see why the influence has been tremendous for him. He's continued to grow and evolve here at the NCAA and NSAC Collegiate Basketball Campus Tour. Missing there for the Altas in that sequence. Now Manalili lost the handle. Altas have the numbers in this transition attack. Swipe there by Walker, leading to a reset on the offensive end for the Altas at the 3 and 18 mark here at the second period. Open there was Gelsano. That knockout play. 34-30 lead now for Perpetual here on their home floor. Manalili using the screen of Diamante. Diamante, one dribble, turnover for the Knights. Now it's Goku Cruz from long. Bomb. 3 is good for Goku Cruz. 37-30 lead now for the Altas. Answering back there for Letran was Valdevilla. Up to 5 points already for Darrow. Top of the key now is Gelsano. Looking for a friend. Borja. Passes to Maglupay, back to Goku Cruz. Oh, long on that attempt. Perpetual couldn't save it in that offensive set. So Letran regains possession at the 2:17 mark here in the second period. Sidestep there, leading to a foul on Borja. It was Valdevilla. It's a collision between Valdevilla and Borja. Just a blocking foul whistle there. First personal there on Borja. You could see he just tried to slide his feet, but it's just the collision that caused the fall to seem like it was more major than it actually was. Valdevilla misses the first freebie. As mentioned for Coach Alan Ricardo, he's added Alvin Villanueva and Daryl Valdevilla in his roster just the last couple of days. Some more individuals added to the deep and outstanding pool of Letran, trying to gain knowledge and just trying to get some run playing against top tier competition here like the Altas squad. Elsano gives it to Goho Cruz at the top of the key. Rolling there. But then they force a held ball. It's a perfect pass to Tulabut. Just couldn't get a shot off. As the Altas retain possession with 1:53 left and 5 seconds in the shot clock. Triggering the inbound here is Orgo. Gives it up. Goho Cruz, another long-range bomb. Off the top of the rim. Letran regains possession at the 1:47 mark. So we have Inigo Montemayor coming back in for Coach Olsen. Goho Cruz getting a breather for the final 1:47. Manalili looking to cut into this lead after the early cushion by the Knights. He blows by the defense, misses the gimme though. He gets it back. Now to Gamad, uncorks a triple and puts that baby home to knot it at 37. It's been an entertaining and intriguing matchup so far between the two semifinalists in the NCAA 101 season. A rush pass there by Orgo to Helsado. Miscue again for the Altas. Chad Gaman's long-range bomb tied at 37. A counter turnover there for Letran. Perpetual's pushing the rock now. Orgo looking for a teammate, gives it to Helsano. One guy to beat. Extra pass to Tulabut, and that's a personal foul committed by Denzel Walker. Second personal on Walker for penalty situation for the Knights. JM Tulabut at the 15-foot stripe coming from the Adamson program in the high school division. Even played a year at the University of the East in the UAAP, but decided to transfer out of UE after 1 year, along with some of his teammates here in the Altas. So there was also Josh Alcantara was one of his teammates that transferred from UE. As Tulabut makes the second free throw. 38-37 lead for the Altas. Manalili swings it to Gamad. Another long-range bomb is a miss this time, though. Here are UPHSD, but then that was Maglupay, who drew a personal on the night. They call it a Valdevilla. First personal, 15th foul on the forward of the Knights. The Altas have been efficient, 11 out of 12 from the 15-foot line. Missing there though, Mas Maglupay. Coming from the Letran High School program, Alan Maglupay moved on here from Perpetual. His second stint already in collegiate basketball scene. formerly from the UE program. Let's see, he makes the second free throw, so he splits his charities. 39-37 lead for the Altas. Manalili, eye to eye here with Corpus. Penalty situation there for the Altas. So unfortunately, 2 free throws coming up for Jonathan Manalili. First personal committed there by Jim Corpus. Manalili makes the first, looking to tie the game on the second attempt. Manalili, interesting fact I really got from research about him. He was really a water boy in the CESAFI League when he was still a kid, and he just really did that so that he can get and impart more knowledge and skills from these players. So you can see this guy is really brilliant, really determined to excel at the highest division of basketball. That's why Coach Allen recruited him just in high school, won 2 championships, and already here in the collegiate division, a runners-up finish in the NCAA. As Gamat telegraphed that pass, leading to a miss though from the Knights, and a second chance opportunity, the basket from George Diamante. 40-39 lead for the Knights. Corpus uncorks a 3 and puts that baby home and gives the lead for the Altas. There's going to be 2 more free throws coming up here for Letran before the halftime buzzer. Foul committed there by Corpus. Referees will review and see if the foul was committed before the buzzer. Referees tell the players first to go to their respective benches. Second personal call there on JM Corpus. It's a pass there, Celorio to Manalili. There's the foul. I believe less than a second though, like around 0.7 left. So let's see what the referees will give. We'll give Perpetual to get one more attempt.
The call stands as a common foul for Jim Corpus. Official time is 0.6 of a second.
0.6, that's the correct time left here before the half. After Manalili is going to attempt 2 more freebies for Manalili. Talking about Jonathan previously, he was a captain right away on his first year for the Letran Knights in the seniors division. But before that, 2 championships with the Letran Squires, the NCAA. Unfortunately, he missed NCAA season 100 for the juniors division though because of a surgery. Undisclosed though on that surgery for Manalili, but you could see that he didn't lose a step. Still elevated himself to the collegiate division as one of the top candidates for MVP last year. There's still a ton of improvement in his repertoire, but Manalili's really been impressive for the Knights. Not sure what's causing the delay. Maybe at the time they're trying to put it at 0.6 precisely, that number, since that's when the whistle was blown on that personal foul. While we're on a break, let's talk about some of the key stats here in the first half. We have a lot of fouls so far from both schools, leading to 12 out of 14 free throws from Perpetual, compared to 8 out of 12 for Letran. 85% is really integral here in the collegiate basketball division. That's why the Knights, they're still, that's why the Altas, I believe, they're still down by just 2, even with Letran making more threes because of the free throw department. The Altas have been successful in drawing contact, and they've also been absorbing a ton of contact, really getting more rebounds, dishing off more assists. 24 to 20 rebound advantage, 13 to 8 assist advantage for the Altas, despite committing 2 more turnovers than the Knights. Also for the bench, it's been incredible for both schools. 22 for Perpetual and 19 for the Knights, as Manalili makes the first as we resume action. So it was correctly pointed out that 7.7 left, not 0.6 at the clock. Manalili swishes home 2 freebies as we're going to head to the half. All knotted at 42 here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. It's been a nip and tuck affair, and it's going to be a fun-filled second half. But now we'll be having a break first, and we'll be back after this. Back here for halftime analysis as we have the Letran Knights and the Perpetual Altas all knotted at 42. You can see the long-range bombs of the Altas trying to keep in step with the Knights that started off well for three-point country. You see Goho Cruz caught the defense, napping on the DHO action. You can see his slashing ability, vertical leap as well, making that layup over Walker. Gamad, his arsenal has really expanded here in the collegiate basketball scene, making those set shot threes from Manalili. As we're now here at halftime, looking at some of the key statistics. The Knights 30 out of 36 compared to the Altas at 13 out of 33, so almost similar in that department. Meanwhile, Letran has a 6-point advantage from 3-point distance, 6 compared to 4 from the Altas. 17-9 fast break point advantage for Letran. Turnovers, Perpetual has more, also 8-10. And turnover points, though, the Altas do have more turnover points. So even if they have more turnovers, they're able to convert it into more points from the Knights' miscues. Meanwhile, from the leading scorers, we have Chad Gamad with 9 for Letran, Denzel Walker with 7, and Jonathan Manalili with 7 as well. Meanwhile, for Perpetual, welcoming back Mark Goho Cruz with 16, Jello Helsano with 8, and Kurt Velasquez with 5 for the Altas. So they'll need more from support for Goho Cruz, already with 16. How about the other players as well contributing in the offensive department? And we have former Perpetual Help Altas forward John Abis playing now in the PBA, supporting his former school here in their home court. Hopefully they come out victorious and win here in front of the Perpetual's crowd. And also in the halftime, you can see the Perpetual Altas Perp squad was also performing here in front of their home students, I would say, or alumni. It was a fun affair here in the NSAC College Campus Tour. So we'll resume action here. All knotted at 42. Triggering the inbound is Justin Hugo for Letran. Walker sees the open Gamad. Can't get the shot from behind the arc to go in. Goho Cruz. Blitz on that screen and roll action. Gives it up. Extra pass there. Missing there was Kulabut. Letran pleading for a challenge on that swipe. The referees discuss. No challenge needed because they correct their call and give it to the Knights with 9:35 left here in the third. Manalili, eye to eye here with Orgo. Now it's with the hands of Gamad and Buensalida in the low post. Back to Gamad, a 3 attempt off to the right. Orgo, pitch ahead pass to Goho Cruz. Transition defense was ready. Pizarro. Now they swing it to the corner. Maglupay drew a personal on Denzel Walker. Third personal already on Denzel Walker. First team foul on the Knights. So they reset the shot clock to 14. Before that, substitution for Coach Alan Ricardo. Lance Siena back in for Denzel Walker. Jumper here for Pizarro. It's good for Eman Pizarro. Buensalida, low post, attack on Tolabot, spins. Couldn't convert, but he drew a personal on JM. You could see the selfless play there from the Altas leading to the basket for Pizarro. I'm talking to Coach Olsen Racela. Since there are 6 graduating players, he's still looking at particular individuals who can fit into his system. And one thing that he really wants to see from them is their ability to follow instructions consistently and execute their system, not just one-on-one ball. And you could see in that previous sequence, it was an easy basket. They'll need more from that if they want to come out with a victory here. Buensalida splits his charities. Pizarro, give and go. It's a turnover there as Tolabut couldn't catch it cleanly. 1 point lead for the Altas. 8:38 left here in the third period. Gamad looking for a low post attack again for Buensalida. He has a size advantage. Gives it up to Hugo and missed it though. Reach and foul on Justin Hugo. Second personal on Justin, second team foul on the Knights. Orgo directing traffic for the Altas. Tulabut now, too high for his liking, gives it up to his guard, Goal Cruz. They clear space for Pizarro. Pizarro sees a slight opening, couldn't make it on that attempt. Manalili looking for a friend, gives it to Siena. Buensalida, long range bomb. Short on that one. Maglupay to Goho Cruz. Fakes Manalili. Gives it to Tolabut. Excellent play there for the leader of the Altas. 3-point lead for their squad. Manalili to Gamad. Gamad attacks baseline. Back to Jonathan. Manalili uncorks. Off to the right in that attempt. Goho Cruz now with the rock. Tulabut gives the screen. Gives it to Pizarro. At the top of the circle. Pizarro, another midi. Different outcome on this attempt. The Knights regain possession at the 7:08 mark here in the third period. So far here in the third quarter, 4-1 score advantage for the Altas. They reclaim the lead here early on in this frame. Manalili blows by the defense. Last minute pass there was deflected. Ball stays with the Knights. Bit of a delay here in action. They just changed the ball, I believe. As we resume action here, 6:58 left. 11 seconds in the shot clock for Letran. Buensalida, knockout play, was successful as he still drew a personal there on JM Tulabut. Second personal on Tulabut. Second team foul on the Altas big man. Buensalida, the 15-foot stripe. Big man of the Knights, who came from the program. Coach Derek Pomaren and DLSU. Actually also came from the NU Bullpups when he was in high school, but now he's with Letran, playing under Coach Alan Ricardo. He's a former national youth standout. And you can see the Altas Perp squad, correct myself, cheering on their squad here in their home floor as Buensalida makes the second to slice the lead to 2. Maglupay lost the handle. Hugo clears, sets the offense up, gives it up to their point guard, Manalili. Manalili sees Siena open. Siena gets 2 dribbles. Almost traveled. No call by the referee, but turnover regardless. Coming in here for the Knights is Justin Cargo. Looking for a spark off the bench. As mentioned, he was the best player of the game against the Arellano Chiefs in their last group phase game. They look more points from him and also some spectacular defense. Just as I said that, Gamad gets a swipe. Misses on the layup, but he will head to the free throw line for 2 attempts to try to knot the game at 46. Orgo was whistled for the personal. 13th foul on the Altas. Chad Gamad. Hometown is Cabagan, Isabela. An interesting thing from him is he believes that meditation is really crucial and vital in order to be successful in basketball. He really talked about that, even playing in the Canada School U-Prep Canada team, playing in the NBTC for the Top Flight Hoops Canada. That's how the Letran Knights were able to recruit him. And now he's suiting up for Letran, as the experience and knowledge he gained from Canada has been vital to his success here in the collegiate basketball scene. As Alan Maglubay gives the Altas back the lead. Gamad in and out of that attempt. As the Altas get possession back at the 5:55 mark here in the third. Looking at a 3-2 power play for the Altas, leading to the basket for Maglubay. Tulabot gives it up. Now it's Maglubay again. Missed it. He tried to bank it, that attempt in. When Salida gives it up. Gamad, another midi attempt. Long on that one. Perpetual slows it down, courtesy of Sean Orgo, one of the calmer, stable point guards here in the collegiate division. Tulabot lobs it. Telegraphed there by Hugo. Manalili sees the open Gamad, and he swishes that baby home to put Letran in the driver's seat. 49-48, approaching the halfway mark in the third quarter. Another long-range bomb for Goho Cruz. Missed it. Gamad, advantage Letran on this transition. And Gamad, sure shot, baby, on that long-range bomb. 52-48 lead now for the Knights as we head into this timeout. Back here for the final 4:47 in the third quarter. Chad Gamad's long-range arsenal has been in full display here in the UPHSD Gymnasium. Already up to 5 3-pointers for Chad Gamad. What will Perpetual have in their bag to try to trim this deficit? zone press here for the Knights, successfully broken by the Altas. Back cut there, extra pass to Borja, hounded, and Buensalida snatched that rock. Another attempt, missing there, this time for Gamad. Now it's Corpus. Corpus stops in a dime, lost it. Manalili trying to save it from the baseline and does. And one guy to beat. Easy money for Jonathan Manalili. Go Cruz. One dribble, acrobatic finish was no good. Manalili pitch ahead pass. Gamad couldn't make it with his offhand. Corpus. Alzado, back to Corpus, who sets and fires and misses though. He's saying it got deflected on that long range attempt. Meanwhile, you can see Manalili blows by both defenders. Celebrating, having fun playing basketball. You could see his celebration as the Altas decide to challenge that last out of bounds play with 3:40 left here in the third. The Knights have been outscoring the Altas for 12-6 here in the third, led by Chad Gamad already with 17 points and Jonathan Manalili with 9.7 assists and 3 steals. You could see that backcourt duo of the Knights very critical to their success. You can see Coach Alan Ricardo getting them some run. Most of their minutes are played together. As you can see the shot here by Corpus, you can see he sized up, set, fired. I think there was no hit there by the defender unless the referee see otherwise. It's an unsuccessful challenge as they give it to the Knights. Referees clarifying it with the game announcer. They do give it to the Knights, so that is really the correct call. Corpus is still trying to plead that it was tapped. The referees say otherwise. So we're now back to live action. Montesilio coming in now for Manalili. Iverson cut there for Cargo. Now it's back to Montesilio with 10 to go in the shot clock. They swing it at the top of the circle, 3, long. Rebound goes to Borja. Borja clears, gives it up. And that's a foul whistled on Cargo. Committing it against Montemayor. Second team personal foul, third team foul on the Knights. 14 left in the shot clock. Borja gives it up. Now it's with Corpus with 7 to go. Pirouettes and drew a personal. 2 shots coming up for Jim Corpus. Third personal on Justin Cargo. 4th team foul on Letran. Substitutions here for the Knights. Coming in is Alvin Villanueva. First action also here in the National Student Athlete Championship College Campus Tour Tournament. As a miss there by Corpus. Still a 2-possession deficit here for the Altas. Looking to secure a victory. Bring home win number 2 and a quarterfinals appearance if they win in front of their home fans. Corpus splits. Lead is trimmed to 5. When Salida, the big man, approaches, and he is tasked to cross the rock in the sequence. Nobody stops him. He misses though. He will get 2 free throws. Fourth team foul on the Altas. Montemayor committed a personal on that one. Coach Olsen was instructing to Montemayor how to properly defend and slide his feet on that instance. He was a bit too late. That's why Buen Salida will get some freebies. Six-point lead now for the Knights. 3 points for Aaron Buensalida in 13 minutes of action. 2 rebounds so far and 2 steals for Aaron. Splitting his charities is Buensalida. But laying violation whistle on the Altas. So another attempt coming up here for Aaron. Buensalida swishes home the second. Perfect visit for him from the 15-foot strike. Coming in here for the Knights is Luis Tapeño. Already part of their roster in the previous NCAA season. Getting some run here in the second half. Turnover there for the Altas. Now it's Diamante. Couldn't make that gimme. Now the Altas, they could have pushed it. They have the numbers. Do they realize it? Villanueva was prepared. Anticipated that pass well, forcing a reset in their offensive attack for the Altas. Now it's with Velasquez swinging it. Helsano pulls up. No good. It's out of bounds. They give it to Corpus. So Corpus was the one who committed the personal penalty situation ready for the Altas. It was on the rebounding. It was out of bounds, honestly, from the Letran end. But the reason Montecillo was stepping out of bounds was because of that push. Correct myself, it's Valdevilla who's at the free throw line and not Montecillo. Making that first free throw is Darrell Valdevilla. Two for two for Valdevilla. They extend the lead to 9. With 2 and change left here in the third frame. Borja, low post, not looking to shoot. Lost the handle, dive for the loose ball. The Knights win that battle. And that's no guy to beat, no resistance on that Tapeño layup. 60-49 lead now for the Knights as we head into this timeout from Perpetual. Back for the final 2 minutes here in the third period of play. The Letran Knights have extended their cushion to 11 points. You could see Luis Tamenyo with that easy layup. It's been the defense that has been instrumental to their third quarter flurry. And as I said that, another turnover for Perpetual. Diamante misses the one-handed shot though. They swing it, Tamenyo. Now that's a long-range shot for Diamante, no good. And a foul was committed there by Villanueva. Penalty situation, by the way, so free throw opportunities here coming up for the Altas. Borja at the free throw line, still scoreless today, contributing 3 rebounds though. And in their last outing, I would say that Borja did incredible. 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists and 1 block in 20 minutes of play. Stepping up and being one of the instrumental individuals in the system of Coach Olsen Rosella. See, what's his name in the scoreboard? He cuts the lead down to 9. Here's Diamante, spins, no good. The Maroon Shirts get the ball back with 1:26 left here in the third quarter. Man-to-man pressure here for the Knights. And a double team right when they cross the backcourt. They were prepared, Altas were in that instance. Jello Gelsano trims the lead to 8. Here's Montecillo using Diamante screen. Rescreen by Diamante. Montecillo swishes that bucket. 62-52 lead now for the Knights. Montemayor. Now it's a 3 attempt. Missing there for the Altas. Another miss in that instance by Montemayor. The foul whistle. The jump ball whistled. And the Altas still have possession with 40.4 left here in the third frame. Velasquez triggers. Gives it up to Corpuz. All day is Helsano. Front rims that attempt. 2-for-1 chance here for the Knights. Montecillo decides to slow it down and go for 1 possession instead. They commit a turnover. Montecillo commits it. 3-on-1 fast break, no good on the first attempt. But Helsano cleans up the mess to trim the deficit to 8. Ward off there by Montecillo. Seen by the referees, it's in their vision and they call a charging foul. So Perpetual with another chance to cut into this deficit with 5.1 seconds left. Maglupay will trigger the inbound. 5.1 seconds left. Shot clock is off. That's Velasquez swiped, but ball remains with the Altas. 2.2 left in the game clock. Baseline inbound here for the Altas. Need a quick basket. They go to Casinillo, who overcooked that shot. As we end the third quarter, the Letran Knights are ahead over the Perpetual Altas 62-54 and will be back here for the fourth quarter. Back here for the final quarter of play as we take a look at some of the key plays here in the previous frame. Pizarro converting on that midi. Goku Cruz, selfless pass there to Tulabut. Short stab for Tulabut. And the long-range bombs of Chad Gamad has been the primary reason why the Knights are ahead by 8. We'll see 2 successive attempts from Rainbow Country. Corpus with an extra pass there to Cello Gelsano. Try to quiet the flurry. But the Letran Knights still up by 8 here at the start of the 4th quarter. Outscoring the Altas 20-12 there in the 3rd. After the first half, it was tied with the Knights outscoring the Altas by 4 in the 1st. But the Altas outscored the Knights by 4 in the 2nd period as we resume play here in the 4th quarter with Valdevilla swinging the ball around to Lim and then to Villanueva, but the turnover committed there by Letran. Second and third unit players of the Knights getting some run. Let's see if they're able to stave off the rally here of the Altas. Casinillo. Now it's back with Casinillo to Velasquez. They can't seem to find an opening. Where do they go? They go to Pizarro, who misfired on that shot. Ball remains with the Altas. 9:22 left before the end of this match. We have Cyrex Celorio coming in here for George Diamante. Left here in the shot clock. The Altas looking to cut into their turnovers, already up 20 so far in this afternoon's contest, leading to a ton of fast break opportunities. Already 29 points off fast break for Letran. As Velasquez splits the defender and made the end one, but he's down on the floor. Not too sure what happened there. We look at the replay. It was on the landing, I believe, on the left leg or left knee of Kurt Velasquez. Kind of gave way on that landing after the spectacular move by Kurt. Hopefully nothing too serious and not a lengthy absence, if ever, for Kurt Velasquez. Tough sight to see for the Altas fans, students and alumni. One of their Spitfire guards off the bench still hasn't been able to stand up. Should be a painful sight for him, especially with the resilient bunch here that the Altas unit have built. You could see his teammates approaching and making sure he's all right. But he's unable to put any weight, I believe, on that leg, left leg. He's able to stand up, just limping now. That initial pain sometimes is the most painful one, but it's able to subside now. Maybe he won't be able to return today, but hopefully he's able to recover quickly and still help his squad here in their future tournaments. Coach Olsen makes Mark Goho Cruz take the free throw, the bonus freebie after that conversion. Goho Cruz makes the freebie. 62 to 57 lead now for the Knights. Valdevilla. 2-3 zone here for the Altas. Traveling violation whistled on JB Lim. First appearance for JB after playing adequate amount of time in their last outing. 6 minutes, contributing 2 points and 1 assist for Coach Alan Ricardo, committing a miscue on that sequence. Casinillo has the rock. They swing it. Now it goes back to Casinillo with 10 to go in the shot clock. They give it to Cristino and he misses. Rebound now for the Knights. Now it's with Villanueva against Casinillo. Ball screen given by Tapeño. He elevates and misses. Rebound for Maglupay. Pushing ahead. Now it's Go Cruz. Gives it up to Cristino. And we're down to a one possession battle here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. The key cogs of the night stand up after that main basket and will check in the next net ball. Here the Altas looking to add to this spurt. And a foul there was committed. That was Luis Tapeño, committed a personal. First personal, second team foul on the Knights. We have Manalili back in, Gamad back in. Buensalida as well as Go Cruz. Misses on the short stab. Still ton of time, 7 and 43 left here in the fourth. Manalili misfires. Clearing the boards there was Maglupay. Maglupay can't find an opening on that pass on the elbow. They give it to Cristino. Still can't find a DHO action. 7 to go in the shot clock. No good on that Casinillo long-range bomb. Buensalida elevates and pops and makes that triple to extend the lead to 6. 6 and 55 left here in the final period. Casinillo with 8 to go. Shot clock is winding down for the Altas. LA with 2 to go. Passes it out to Maglupay. There's no time left in that possession for the Altas. Ball goes back to the white shirts. Manalili orchestrating the table for Letran. Pulls up off the back iron on that attempt. Ball heads to Perpetual with 6 and 26 left here. Argo gives it up to Maglupay. Swings it in the corner all day. Misses there was Cristino. Maglupay wants to his own version of a triple. As the referee saw Buensalida there with a slight push on that rebound battle. So it will stay with Perpetual. Too much of a shove there by Buensalida on Pizarro. As the referees will take a look, make sure There was nothing too much on that sequence for Aaron Buensalida. Let's take a look. Buensalida, Pizarro, the center of your screen. You see Buensalida with a tried to swipe his arm, but a bit of too much force on that one. That's why the referee saw it. But it's still a common foul. There was nothing above the head or no intention to hurt. Just wanted to gain possession on that battle. Talking about the Kurt Velasquez, the previous injury of the Altas guard, you were able to get an update from Brian Fernandez, the EMT of NSAC. It was a bad landing on Kurt Velasquez, and they will need to ice his left knee to find out the proper diagnosis on this. If it would be anything, if it would be a serious injury or just a minor injury with no surgery needed. So yeah, we'll have more updates on that on our social media from Perpetual and the rest of the team after this game. Goho Cruz, 3 to go. Does he know it? He does. Misses. And it's a tussle for the loose ball. Winner there were the Altas. Third personal foul on the night there. As we now look there at Kurt Velasquez as they wheelchair him out of the gymnasium. As we did mention that they will ice his knee, right, to make sure everything is all right, no swelling, before they find out the proper diagnosis and how long it will take for him to recover and the next steps for him. You have Orgo at the 15-foot stripe with 5:45 left in the fourth. Back iron that one. 5-point lead now for Letran as we head to the home stretch here at the UPHSD Gymnasium. Cargo gets it to Manalili's pirouettes. Gives it to Hugo. Extra pass to Buensalida. They swing the ball around and Cargo couldn't make that three. Gamad is double teamed. Gamad kicks it out. Now it's back to him. Give and go play. Gamad! Sure shot, baby! On that long range bomb. 6 threes already for Chad. 8-point edge for the Knights. Orgo doesn't get the shooter's bounce. Manalili tells them, slow it down. Manalili blows by his initial defender and gives it up to Hugo to draw personal and 2 free throws for Justin. Pizarro committed a personal, third personal there on Eman Pizarro. First team foul. You can see Chad Gamad continues to showcase his wares here in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Already with 6 mates from Rainbow Country. As Hugo makes both freebies, the lead is now at 10 for Letran. Almost a turnover for the Altas, but Corpus recovers and makes the layup. Lead us down to 8. Buensalida at the top of the circle. Bounce pass to the cutting Cargo to Hugo. Midi is good for Justin Hugo. Now it's Goho Cruz to Orgo all day misfire still for Orgo, struggling in this afternoon's tilt. Now Letran looking to milk the clock with 4 minutes left and a 10-point spread for their school. Another attempt for Gamad and another 3 for Chad. Gamad already 13-point lead now for the Knights, and Gamad already with 23 points here as we head to this timeout. Back here for the final 4 minutes and 5 seconds in the fourth quarter. Justin Argo making that, Rustin Hugo making that basket. Chad Gamad from the top of the circle swishes that baby home. The Knights now ahead by a baker's dozen, 75-62. 3:49 left. Last ditch stand here for the Altas here in front of their home fans. Goho Cruz has been quiet here in the second half. You could see the point of emphasis, Coach Alan Ricardo trying to limit his point production. As we resume action here, 3:45 left in the fourth. Helsano, DHO now with Corpus. Back to Helsano against Buensalida. Elevates but misses the shot. 2 free throws coming up for Jello Helsano. Third personal on Aaron. Penalty situation for the Knights. Two shots for Jello Helsano. Makes the first. Already up to 13 points for Jello Helsano. 1 rebound, 1 assist. 2 steals for the forward of Coach Olsen Racela. Manalili approaches and receives the inbound. Wasting a weight of time now is Jonathan against Corpus. He attacks with 8 seconds in the shot clock. Jonathan is blitzed. Turnover on Manalili. Now it's Maglupay setting up the offense for the Altas. Maglupay blows by Hugo. Couldn't get that layup to go. And it will head to the side of Letran. Manalili approaches, gives it to Gamad. Still a ton of time in the shot clock. So Manalili decides to milk it. Signals the Spain pick and roll. Manalili's open, decides to pass it to Buensalida. They recover. Now it's Gamad. No time left in the shot clock. But I would say it's still somewhat a good thing for the Knights as they were able to milk 24 seconds off the shot clock, and it's a dead ball turnover anyways. So the Altas will need a half-court offense set here. They give it to Goho Cruz. They still swing around here in the perimeter. It's now in the hands of Helsado. Back to Orgo, misses. Maglupay still couldn't get that to fall. Still an 11-point lead here for Letran. Manalili's milking the clock and calling the same Spain pick and roll play. He's looking for Gamad open here. Manalili puts the ball in his hands and makes a basket. 77-64 lead for Letran. Open here's Maglupay. Turnover for him. Manalili, acrobatic finish, no good. Buensalida corrals the offensive board. Buensalida spins. Buensalida is fouled. Oh, to correct myself, no foul whistled, more of a traveling violation whistled on Aaron. As we have Rance Muyela coming in for Letran. Also Nathan Montesilio coming in, Gab Nepasena as well. So Coach Alan Ricardo now giving run to his second and third stringers for the final 1-29. As the Altas look for a miracle here at their home floor. Orgo is blitz on that pick and roll, gives it up, but a turnover committed by Perpetual. Gamad milks the clock as well on this possession. Gamad, fade away, no good. Maglupay swings it to the left. 3-ball attempt is another miss for Orgo. And Letran will look like they will advance to the quarter-final round, going up against their arch rivals, the San Beda Red Lions. The rematch in the NCAA Season 101 Finals as Muyela off to the right in that triple attempt. I'm very sure all the collegiate basketball fans will be looking forward to that battle next week. And some miss there for Muyela. Muyela again, still no good for Muyela. As Montemayor fouls Muyela. Second personal. Second team foul on Altas. Makes it there's Muyala, first points for him. Splits it. Altas still have one more shot for the end of the ball game. Casinillo no good. 5.4 left. Letran will just dribble it out. Get ready for that match between San Beda and Letran. Just wait for the announcement of the schedule, but that will really be an exciting and intriguing showdown with some new names, new faces, as the Letran Knights win over the Perpetual Altas 78-64 in an impressive fashion, led by Chad Gamad, Jonathan Manalili, Justin Hugo, and the rest of the Letran boys. It's really a defensive showcase as we now look at the rebounder of the game, Eman Pizarro from the Perpetual Health Altas. You could see he corralled 8 rebounds for their squad. He tried his best, but it was not enough for the Maroon boys of Perpetual. Now for the best player of the game, it's Jad Gamad, the long-range marksman, 23 points, 7 3-pointers out of 15 attempts, and you'd also complemented with 2 steals for Chad Gamad. All-around two-way performance for the shooting guard of Coach Alan Ricardo. Now for the games next week. Before that, let's look at some of the key highlights. Cristino making that Moneyball, and Wensalida with that long-range bomb. These are some of the fourth quarter plays. You could see Corpus making that layup, blowing by the defense of the Knights on that play. And Hugo saw that the defense was a bit too far for his liking, just elevated and made that one. And Chad Gamad sealed that victory with that swish on that long-range 3. But Manalili put the icing on the cake and pointed to his bench and celebrated to put Letran in the quarterfinals phase here in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Now let's look at some of the games next week. It's still round of 16 action. It will be on Sunday, May 10 at the UP Diliman Varsity Training Center. We'll have the NU Bulldogs versus the Arellano Chiefs opening the slate at 11 a.m. Second game is the Battle of the LaSalle Schools, the DLSU Green Archers versus the CSB Blazers. Third game, we have the UST Growling Tigers against the St. Clair Saints. And the main game is the Adamson Falcons versus the home court of the UP Fighting Maroons. So thank you everyone for watching us here in the NSAC tournament. I'm Diego Vergel de Jos, your commentator for this afternoon's contest.